Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Lunch Table Podcast, your podcast from a galaxy far, far away. For today's episode, we are reviewing Andor Episode 9, now out on Disney+. Great episode. We got to see a lot of characters go through some different transformations. But Akram, what were your thoughts on this episode?
Yeah, I'm always enjoying it. This one is very like conspiracy filled as well. The stakes went even higher now, and it kind of made me depressed at the same time. I enjoyed it a lot. I felt bad for some characters, and I'm glad we got to see more of some other characters. But let's get started. So what are your thoughts on this episode?
Yeah, I love this episode. It really showed off like kind of like the cruelty like the Empire does to its subjects. Shout out to Adria Jorna for that one interrogation scene. That like I really like felt her pain in that whole like scene like with the torture. And then Deidre is also like she's starting to become like more involved with like this investigation, and we see our good friend Cyril back.
Sauron. I know.
And we also see, of course, Cassian. He's still in the prison, and it feels like I think he's been there at least like a month or something. Because he's kind of like getting to know like the inmates, and they're kind of like forming like this team, and they're kind of trying to figure out how they're gonna get out of there as well. But yeah, what characters stood out to you in this episode?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say because we'll automatically always go to Andor, especially in this episode. I think, to be honest with you, Kino, Andy Serkis' character, stood out a little bit more because he had like a kind of change of mind a little bit later on. I also, I don't know, I'm shipping Deidre and Cyril. Like, there was something that happened.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, okay, but nothing really happened there. But yeah, and let me tell you something. I'm starting to change my mind about Cyril because it's like, I feel like he's not going to be a turncoat now. And like, I don't know. Like, I kind of feel like he's going to be like this type of sick character. Like, he's becoming sick with this addiction to capture Andor, like to make up for his mistake. And I got a feeling he's really going to do something bad. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really obsessed.
You can see it in his eyes. It's like, I don't know. He might do something pretty bad that's going to like kill somebody. Who knows? Maybe he'll kill Marvel. So no, I don't know about that. Maybe he'll like go back and says like, yeah, bitch, or whatever, like kills her or something. I don't know. What were some? Yeah.
I was gonna say, well, what did you think of Vel's character being a cousin to Mon Mothma?
Oh, that surprised me. Well, I heard like some people were talking about like some stupid thing, like why was she wearing makeup? And I was like, well, that's stupid because she's like in disguise. She's in, she's there. But now it kind of makes sense. And I thought Luthen at first, long time ago, was.
I remember.
Yeah. But I guess not.
Maybe she was related to Luthen or something. Yeah.
But I guess that Mon Mothma and Vel makes sense that they have a relationship with Luthen now because they both have like some type of relationship with him. And divide and conquer kind of in a family too, which is interesting to see. And it's interesting to see how, they're, because so much is I think now it's on purpose. Now it makes sense why we only see Mon Mothma really in certain places. Like every place that Mon Mothma is in, that we see her in a scene, it's always a place where she's in incredible danger and she's right there at the edge of the line, right? So at any moment she could trip, and especially in her own home, that makes you feel like, oh yeah, you can't even be safe in your own home. And Vel, I like how Vel interacts with the family too. She's so like, I saw Mon Mothma like smirking sometimes when Vel like has these little comebacks to Perrin. Yeah, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it feels like Vel is kind of like the more rebellious of her and Mon. But I think, well, Mon is like, she's more of a diplomat. You see that in her character, obviously. But yeah, like even like the interactions like in her own home, she feels like an outcast. Like even the daughter, like that daughter is starting to annoy me. Like every time like I see her on screen, she's like, oh, daddy lets me do whatever I want. So it's a very toxic relationship that she has with her family. But yeah, I like that Val is kind of like her support, I guess. Yeah, we didn't see much of Luthen in this episode, so I wonder what's going on with him. But also Cassian, yeah, like you said, like he knows kind of like changing his mind about things too. I felt bad for that one guy. I think his name is Olaf. He was like the old guy.
Was that guy an orc one time? I could swear I recognized him as like an orc somewhere. Was he? Yeah, I could swear that I recognized him somewhere. Yeah.
He kind of reminded me of 99 from the Clone Wars.
99. Well, you guys let us know in the comments if he played 99 or an orc.
Right.
But yeah, I felt bad for him too. Well, here's the thing. It's messed up, right? Because not only do they add to your sentences in Empire, wherever you are, but also they really don't care about you. Like, that's messed up because Andor really didn't do anything when he was down there, right? But it also makes me wonder, like, does the system kind of work too? Because at the end of the day, Andor is going against what they believe in, right? And he did something wrong. He was a part of that heist, so they somehow captured him, but they captured him for the wrong reasons. And I think that's their thinking. It's like they're like rats to them, right? Like the Jedi were. They're in hiding, so we just have to like clean the earth, clean planets of like anybody who does something a little bit wrong, maybe because they did something wrong in the past. And it kind of reminds me of our times too, and like certain countries as well. So I feel really bad for some people, but at the same time too, some people are probably, they deserve to be there too. So it's really hard. It's like they're taking a more aggressive approach, and I appreciate that we're seeing a more intimate aspect of how the everyday type of citizens, how they they go about their lives in this empire.
Yeah, for me it was like it really showcased like the corruption we see, because the one of the doctors at the prison was like, oh yeah, the Empire made a mistake. They actually, somebody was getting released and then they put him back in, and then they apparently like rioted, so they killed the whole floor. So it really shows you like they're like the whole like cover up conspiracy. It feels like I keep going back. I say this feels like a Jason Bourne series. Like they're really like trying to cover up these like like mistakes, and they're going about it in these very extreme methods. So it really shows like the Empire is like really like it feels like a very like fascist like region. Like normally like you watch it in the movies, like okay, yeah, they're the bad guys, right? But they always feel like these kind of just like, I don't know, stupid kind of
one note whatever
one note villains that they just do their job. Like Vader occasionally like chokes them, whatever,
right?
But here we really see that it's a very systematic organization that really oppresses people, right? And it's so funny because we're reviewing Handmaid's Tale in tangent with this series too, so it's kind of like drawing parallels for me too. But yeah, what are your what do you expect to see for, because we only have 3 episodes left of this series, so it's coming short really close. What are your predictions that we'll see, because Andor didn't make it out of this episode? I know we said maybe we'll see like Vel or Deidre, maybe she'll like help him escape or something. So what do you expect we'll see?
No, I think now Kino. My thing is, you still can't really escape unless you take some freighter or something out of there. Like that's the plan. So I have a feeling the next episode's going to be all about planning, and then the episode after that it's going to be like execution. Because now Kino looks like he's on board because they realized what happened, and so Kino finally revealed like how many guards are there. It's like 12 something. At a time or whatever. And so I got a feeling they're going to try to, a lot of people probably will die, but I got a feeling that they're going to try to go after those boots or something, or just disable the controls, and escape probably. And alongside like with Deidre, Cyril though, she doesn't want anything to do with that guy. So I'm thinking he's going to do something hasty to, garner her respect or something. And in Bix, I don't know. Bix is, I got a feeling Bix is gonna die. I don't know why. I kind of have a feeling Bix is gonna like sacrifice or something, or just die. And Marvel too. I don't know. It's like really a depressing situation. But what are your thoughts?
Well, they kind of like they got what they needed from her, I think, from Bix. So I think they're kind of done with her unless they go after. Well, they said Marva is kind of like the bait for Andor.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know, because maybe they'll come across like, Andor is like his crime on that planet, and then they'll find out, oh, maybe this guy's like, they find out he's on Narkina 5, and that's how they realize he's there. That's why he's not taking the bait. I wonder if like they'll discover like Luthen, and maybe Mon Mothma. Mon Mothma in this episode, she was talking about like her funds, like she needed like a loan, like a banker or something. So I wonder if like she has to deal with like some criminal elements, like I said, I kind of want to see like how far she'll go for this empire.
Yep.
And we'll Vel eventually like kill Andor. I don't know. I have a feeling that she's gonna take his side and let him go. Just because what he did for her with Skeen. Um, but yeah, those are my predictions. I can't wait. This has been an amazing series so far, and I can't wait to review the final 3 episodes. But yeah, Akram, take us away.
Yeah, guys. Well, this is the end of the video. If you guys made it to the end, please remember to like and share. And also check out our other playlists. We just did a Halloween special, top 10 favorite zombie movies. That was the end of our spooky season. So now we're just finishing up the rest of the shows that we're reviewing. We're reviewing Handmaid's Tales, I always say, week by week. And that's going to be done pretty soon as well, before Andor, which is crazy. We have a good amount of content this month. So stay tuned. We have some stuff related to Walking Dead, which is crazy. And we also have stuff in December. But yeah, Dylan, tell us some more.
Yeah, we also have next week, I think Black Panther Wakanda Forever. We'll be reviewing that. We also have the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special coming up pretty soon, so that'll be fun as we get into the holidays. But yeah, as always, you can listen to us on YouTube and Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor as well. And you can check out our socials on Instagram and TikTok as well. So thank you guys for tuning in for this episode review. And until then, thanks for having lunch with us.
And Force be with you. See you guys.